Hey, this is David Lowery, and you're listening to Radio VA on WNRN. Today, this is like Wayne's World. We're broadcasting from my basement. We have Sons of Bill from Charlottesville, and they're going to play 3 tracks for us down in the basement. But first of all, we have James Wilson, lead singer of Sons of Bill, and the youngest of 3 brothers who are in the band.
Yep, youngest.
Yeah. Do they still like play pranks and stuff like that on you? I notice you're taller than they are.
Yeah.
And a little and bigger than they are. So does that sort of keep the level of pranking down that usually happens to the younger siblings in the family?
No, not really. I mean, it all did kind of work out and even out. You know, by the time I get to be a lead singer in the band, I happen to have my 2 older brothers in it, so don't get my day in the sun. But no, it all works out. It's great being in a band with my brothers, and they keep me in check. I keep them in check. Just a big family.
Now you grew up Charlottesville.
Yeah.
All of you guys grew up near Charlottesville, and you guys kind of all left home and for a while. And actually, you in particular. Let's see if we can look on Google Maps here. Huh. You went to school. Let's see. Let's zoom out for these people. You went to school, right? You lived here in this little place on the California-Nevada border, right? Yep. Deep Springs.
Yeah.
Were you in training to be a cowboy? I mean, I've been out there. I grew up in California, and this is like some really remote, like basically just ranching and maybe some logging country out there. Yeah,
Deep Springs is a teeny little college. I had a dream as a high schooler about becoming a farmer. Something I really wanted to do, was really passionate about. Didn't want to go to college, so I lived in Texas for a year, farmed there, and then my dad really wanted me to go to school. And I said, if I got in here, this little tiny all-male, 24-person school out in the middle of the desert where you cattle ranch, and it was really good for me in the writing, though.
So it really was I was sort of joking about that. But yeah. It really was for learning to ranch and such.
It was a liberal arts school, but you had it was like a work. It was free, and you worked this ranch.
So you had your liberal arts horse shit, and you had your real horse shit too. Then.
Yeah, I did. No, it was an awesome 2 years though, and it's where I wrote all the songs for the first record.
Okay. So your brother is out living probably the most, kind of the dream, kind of the most American thing you could be. He's out in the West, in Nevada, basically being a cowboy.
Yep.
And you're just sort of sponging off of society in New York City, going to art galleries every night, right?
I was
drinking rosé and eating soft cheeses.
I'm partial to a cab, or no, actually, it wasn't as glamorous as it seems. I was working for a moving company, so I was kind of hacking my way, in New York. And teaching guitar lessons, and I was playing in a rock band up there. And
isn't that brutal? That's like the worst place in the world to play in a rock band is in New York, right? Can't rehearse. Yeah. You spend all your time lugging gear up and down flights of stairs, trying to get to gigs and taxis or on subways and stuff like that, right?
It's intense. I mean, people think it's going to be,
And then there's like nobody cares when you play.
Oh yeah.
There's like people practically pay to play in New York.
Yeah, we opened for that comedy group. What's that comedy group called? Yeah, the Flight of the Conchords. We opened for them, and it was like a sold out room in CBGB's. We're like, oh yes, this is awesome. We're gonna play for a sold out crowd, and they finish playing, and everybody just leaves. You go to see the one band that you came to see, and then they leave.
Right.
But then, right around the time James came and visited me, I was really starting to get back into songwriting and kind of the music we grew up with, and I just wanted to play in like kind of a rootsy band. And James had all these great songs he'd written, and he came and visited me. It was hilarious. He was lost in Harlem, and he and he finally made it into Brooklyn, and we played a bunch of tunes. And Abe actually came and visited me. It was all kind of random. We were off at different. Abe was in Maryland, James was out at Deep Springs, and we all just kind of came together randomly at the right time, and thought we'd start a band.
Cool. you're the middle brother. Do you feel like you have to sort of balance between your two other brothers? You're a little quieter than they are, but in the studio. But I notice when you actually say something, they both like sort of shut up at the same time. So.
Yeah, I don't feel left out as the middle brother. I feel left out as the keyboard player sometimes.
Okay.
Who doesn't feel that sometimes?
I understand.
But yeah, you know, sometimes you
that's
just
why
have
they
to.
often wear a hat. Yeah,
Exactly.
if you notice how many keyboard players wear hats in bands.
Well, you know,
so they stand out.
I'm
Or shiny shirt.
recently getting by the hat thing.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, you know, sometimes you just need no one to shut up and know when you need to talk, and you know, sometimes that's someone needs to do that in the band. Can't all be yapping all the time, I guess.
So Todd and Seth, you guys are the rhythm section for Sons of Bill.
Yeah.
You're in a band with three brothers. How do you do it? This is like, you know, one of them's driving. It's like, stop smacking your lips. Do things like that happen?
Occasionally, yeah. It's nice because you can either you can choose when you want to step into an issue, or you can just stay on the sideline and let that sort of bizarre family thing just go on.
Do you ever
in front of you and take a seat?
Do you ever do things like to sort of wind it up and get it started when there's nothing happening between them?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That'd probably be, you know.
Not that often because there's usually enough going on, but if it needs to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of triggers that we know.
Todd has a few tricks.
For James.
Okay.
Mostly subtle ones, but a few good tricks.
Okay, that was Sons of Bill. This is David Lowery, Radio VA, saying bye. Listen to us a lot, and come to our website, which is radio-va.com. Great. Bye.